Austin real estate right now is fucking cooked.
So you remember me from like 4 or 5 months ago when I was doing a video and I said, hey, landlord bros and rental bros and real estate bros, you may want to consider exiting the market like 4, 5, 6 months ago. Actually, 2 years ago, if you go back and watch my early stuff, I was kind of warning of this. I was saying, hey, listen, these markets are getting overbought. You're paying too much for these things. You're going way beyond the utility value. You're going way beyond what you can actually get for these things. And many of you are trying to chase this illusion. It's not a dream, it's a delusion. You're trying to chase the delusion of something for nothing, of so-called passive income, sit around, do nothing, sit on a beach, earn 20%, do nothing. I was warning you of this. I was telling you this. And I know this is why I'm not popular. I don't pick sides with anybody. I just ask how you're going to pay for it. And that pretty much makes me unpopular with all the groups, which is why I'm not accepted on the left, the right, the center, because as soon as you ask how you're going to pay for your delusions, people get really upset because they don't like being reminded that they're living in a delusional fantasy world where they can just do nothing and still live whatever life that they want. And this applies to young and old alike. This applies to the younger people who just say, well, I want to sit around and play video games all day. I don't want to do anything. Versus the boomer class that say, I want to sit around and do this because I've earned retirement, whatever the hell that means. I don't know. I've been over the retirement thing and before in other videos, and I don't know where this is coming from. Like, well, but I was promised all this. Yes, you were promised that by a bunch of people who had no business making those promises, okay, and they had no money to fulfill it, which is why they put you into 401ks and they shoved you into the stock market. I've been all over this. I've been over this stuff. I've been over and over and over and over. And understand, my position is one of empathy. I realize I come across a little unempathetic periodically. That's the internet. That's me responding to the internet and the idiocy of the internet. And being just generally unhappy with watching the number of people out there try and take advantage of all this shit and still pumping these ridiculous ideas. So right now, you happen to catch me on a day that I'm somewhat compassionate to all of you, and I'm trying to, I'm imploring you to take the L and get out from underneath this and try to save what's left of your country. I don't think you're going to do it. It's one of the reasons why I've been actually very seriously reconsidering doing any of these videos anymore, or talking, or doing any social media. Look, I'm not here for fame. I've never been here for fame. I'm not here for money. You notice that I don't have all kinds of. I'm not trying to do all kinds of high production value stuff. I'm not spending fortunes trying to influence you. I'm telling you the fucking truth. And I don't know if it's that people don't understand it. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. That's possible. Or you just don't want to hear it. That's possible too. So I don't know, but I've been telling you guys, you're either going to have a country, right, or you're going to have your big record-breaking mega profits for a very short period of time, and then you're going to get eaten by the bigger fish. Okay, the bigger fish that keep loaning you all this money, because they are the bigger fish. Make no mistake, you underestimate these people. You underestimate these people. You also underestimate the greed that you're up against. You think you're greedy. These people will stop at nothing. Okay? I mean, dude, look at the way they behave. Okay? Look at their actions. There is nothing off the table for these folks. Nothing. Okay? I mean, nothing. Anything and everything. Up to and including, taking people to islands and, having a, I have to say this, I don't have to say this, like running a special kind of breeding program, right? That everybody else in this world would find thoroughly repugnant that they were doing that. And then using that as leverage. Some of the most horrible shit in the world that you can think of, it exists, right? Americans have been pretty isolated from that for many years now because we live in America. We've had that privilege to not have to deal with all this kind of stuff. Well, now it's coming to your doorstep. And Many of you who thought you were just greedy and you're like, oh, I'm going to get all I can and can all I get and then hide the can. All of you who thought that, you're about to get your asses handed to you. And you don't even know it. You don't even see you being set up in checkmate. You don't even see it. And you don't see it because you're blinded by trying to, but you're just blinded by greed. That's all this is. So I don't know. I really don't. I don't know if whether I want to continue doing this or not. But I have been trying to tell you this. And by the way, it's not just me who've been trying to tell you. Like, there have been lots of other people trying to tell you this stuff. I just tell you in my own special kind of way, standing here in my garage, in and among all the goddamn projects that I have to do, and work full time. Actually, and work full time plus, and work full time plus on the other business. It's fucking ridiculous. And I've been trying to tell you this stuff, and I don't know if it's getting through or not. So, as far as real estate bros, look, I'm telling you, you overpaid. You should probably take the L on this and let these prices everywhere collapse. Okay, don't wait around for the bankers to take the write-downs, because they're not going to take the write-downs. Nope, they'll flood the country with illegals who don't give a flying fuck about the country or you, me, or anybody else in it. Do you think these people care? Dude, they don't. They do not. They don't. What they've been told is they come here, they get free shit. That's what they told. That's what they're told. That's it. So I'm not even really criticizing them. Well, I am actually in a direct sense of saying, well, for a fact you're not supposed to be doing this. No other country would put up with this. Yet, you're being invited here. And then at the same time, if you learn to speak the language, you're going to find that most Americans, a lot of them really hate you. Not because of skin color. They hate you because you came here illegally and you really don't give a shit about the country or anybody in it. You're just here for yourself. It's fine. Lots of Americans doing that right now. But there are a few of us that have been trying to push back on this shit for some time. So